Hey guys, are you guys ready for part 2? Today is going to be the story The Triple Slayer, Curtis Shedd, 1950. Coming up next. Good afternoon. How's everybody today? I'm tired today. It's been one heck of a day. I'm ready to go home, that's for sure. And I'm ready for the weekend, but I know we still got a few more days. So today, I want to start and do number 2 of the Halloween Advent calendar. So let's see what we got today. Yesterday was a joke. Okay. Number 2 is the owl today. And let me open it again. What is that, a ghost on a horse? Yes, it's a ghost on a horse. What kind of horse do ghosts ride? A nightmare. That one's cute too. A nightmare. That one is really cute. Okay. I just love it. It's so cute. So cute. Then let me grab it and I'll show you guys before I start the story. Hold on a second. I thought maybe I can figure out some way to include this. It'd be fun interaction between me and my friends, because you guys will be able to do something. So hold on a second. Okay, so last Christmas, I got this and I totally forgot about it. And I'm like, well, I mean, I could have done this as well every day. We could have. Criminal Minds puzzles. We could have done a puzzle. I mean, it would be more than 31 because it's the whole book of puzzles. But when I found this, I was thinking, well, like yesterday's case, I don't even know what I did with it. What was it? The Torture Murder of Alice Porter. I think that's the one I did yesterday. I need to double check, because I actually read like 5 different stories. Let me check. Okay, yes. So yesterday, gosh, it's terrible. My mind is terrible. I read The Torture Murder of Alice Porter. And then in the story, they were able to catch him by his fingerprint, right? Yes, their detectives took his fingerprints and quickly matched them with the fingerprint lifted on the shoemaker's owl, right? So when I was looking this morning, I seen this and I thought, how fun would this be? And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So I'm hoping you guys will play along with me. I will put one activity in each story. So for yesterday's, so what I'm going to do is, if you haven't watched yesterday's, go back and watch it. Go back and watch story number 1. I'm going to include this. So I'm going to print it out, save it to my computer, and I'm going to put it as an attachment in the description. You guys can print it out, you can look at it or do whatever. And so it's a fingerprint match. And then I will, I do have the answers in the back of the book, but I will probably wait. I'm not going to tell anybody the answers to what's in this book, if you guys play along, until the very end, because I don't want people that's going to have to get caught up, find out what the answers are. Or if you guys are curious about the answer, you guys can email me on the email that's going to be listed below, and I could tell you what the answer is if you're interested. I can do it different ways, so you guys just let me know what you think. But I thought this would be a really fun and cool way that we can interact and just keep this thing going for the rest of the month. I like it. So if you haven't watched 1, go back. I'm going to upload this into story number 1, and then with story number 2, I will see if there's something that's kind of, you know, how it was like a fingerprint or, you know, something. I'll see if I can find something with it, and then I'll attach some type of interactive Criminal Minds puzzle to each story. So we'll have 31 different puzzles. Again, we could wait till October 31st, or actually, yeah, so I'll just give all the answers after I do my final one. I'll post all the answers on what they were, probably November 1st. So we'll go all the way through October 31st. Then I'll post the answers on the 1st, unless, if you want to wait. If you don't want to wait, you can email me. My email will be down in the description. Email me, and then I will give you the answer that way as well. So that might be fun. So let me know what you guys think about that. So the story today is, and all of these that I have so far are true crime stories that happened. I will tell you the title, and I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to, instead of focusing on me for the story, I'm going to try and pull up different pictures of the stories, and then I'll show you guys that way as I read. I might try it a couple different ways, but the final way that I like will be the one that's uploaded. So, all right, so the story today is Triple Slayer, Curtis Shedd in 1950. On August 30th, 1950, Curtis Shedd stopped by the Walhalla, South Carolina, home of his trade school pal, John Boyder, to pick up Boyder's 2 daughters for an afternoon of cruising around the countryside. Earlier that day, Boyder was seen in Shedd's car as the 2 drove around town. He was never seen alive after that morning. 6 days later, John Boyder's body was found near a logging road in a heavy wooded area just across the South Carolina-Georgia state line. The 38-year-old had been beaten with rifle butts to the head and murdered with the shotgun blast to the chest. Shedd was arrested on Saturday, August 12th, after he returned to attending trade school classes where he pretended like nothing had happened. He intentionally denied murdering his friend and claimed he did not know the whereabouts of Boyder's 2 daughters, Johnny Mae, 14, and Joanne, 8. However, the girl's grandmother reported that they were last seen getting in Shedd's car. 31-year-old Shed turned out to be a recently released convict who had twice served 2-year sentences for robbery in separate cases. Shed eventually cracked under a grueling interrogation and told officers that he had raped and strangled the 2 girls and left their bodies in a lonely wooded ravine near Highlands, North Carolina. After his confession, a crowd of an estimated 4,000 people gathered in Walhalla, where Shed was being held in a local jail. Although most of them were just curious about the man who had committed the worst local crime in decades, shouts of, "We want Shed, we'll kill him," heard. Fearing a lynching, which hadn't occurred in that county in 20 years, the sheriff requested and received 50 armed soldiers from the South Carolina National Guard. They surrounded the jail and stood as buffer between the angry throng of revenge seekers and Curtis Shed. The local sheriff told the crowd to go on home and let the law and order take its course. He added that he begged the men to pray and read your Bibles and then come back if they thought it was God's way. They moved off slowly after the appeal, and Shed was slipped out of town and moved to a jail in Georgia, where a murder warrant for the death of John Boyder had been filed. This charge was later dropped in favor of putting Shed on trial for the rape and murder of the 2 girls in North Carolina. Shed was tried in December of 1950 in Franklin, South Carolina, where a jury found him guilty and sentenced him to death. He was then executed on March 23, 1951, 7 months and 3 weeks after he kidnapped, raped, and murdered Johnnie Mae and Joanne Boyder. Well, that's a sad story. Those 2 poor little girls, well, all of them, is just sad, but for him to do that to kids, 14 and 8, is just terrible. Just terrible. Makes my heart hurt. So that was day number 2. I think with the day number 2, I'm going to insert this page. So be looking for that down in the description, and we will see if we can get this figured out. All right, guys, we got quite a few more to go. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Maybe I can change up some stuff along the way, make it a lot better. Yeah. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.